In the fall of 2017, it was announced that Aiken Mall would undergo a major transformation from a traditional mall to an outdoor festival-style mall. With the turn of the new year, the mall is closed, leaving only Belt to soldier on in the retail void. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Doomie Grunt, and today, I am pleased to give you an exclusive look at Aiken Mall in its final days. Alright, now we'll get to my personal commentary on this mall, and right away I'm gonna say I have one big problem with this mall. Now, the architecture it's alright, it looks nice, the tiles look pretty nice, it's clean, there are some plants around and they look kinda green, but the big problem I had with this mall is even though there are a number of skylights scattered throughout the mall, this mall just felt really dark to me. I'm sure this was done intentionally to try and draw your attention to lit up storefronts, but you can see, aside from a jewelry shop behind me, this corridor just looks really dark and kind of spooky actually. If you wanted to film an action thriller or maybe a horror movie, this might just be the mall for you. While doing some research for this mall, I found there was a lot of speculation on this mall's prospects and fortunes, and quite a few people are saying that A, this mall was way too big, and B, it probably never had 100% occupancy, which sounds to me like it's an older version of Oak Hollow Mall. High hopes, but it ended up just crashing hard. The way JCPenney and Dillard's left their signs up, it almost makes it seem as if they totally forgot about this mall immediately after closing it. Here we're coming up to the only part of the mall that has any chain stores still open in it, and I was kind of interested in that Radio Shack. How the R was still lit, but the whole entire store was still effectively dark. And then across from it is Dillard's, and I didn't focus very much on it, but Bath & Body Works was still going at the time I went here. They're probably squeezing every last penny before they finally pack up and move. This mall and the pipe, they're inseparable, if you catch my drift. This is what remains of Sears, a surprisingly distinct facade compared to the white and gray tile they use. And then in front of the gate is a pretty disappointing Christmas display. And then there's Books A Million. I'm not sure if they're remaining open, but I don't know. I'm not going to drive another 3.5 hours to go find out. And then here's a look at the directory that they never really bothered to update. I don't mean to use this guy's tobacco shop to make fun of this mall, but this mall was just a pipe dream, all the way from the start. What do I think caused this mall to fail? Well, I think there are two problems with this mall. One, it was just too big. For what Aiken is, I think maybe just a small corridor with 2 anchors on either end would have been perfect. You know, Belk at one end, JCPenney at the other. But you can see how big this mall is. There's like JCPenney, Belk, Sears, and then 2 spaces that Dillard's occupied. You know, it's just way too big for Aiken. And on top of that, Aiken itself is just far enough away from Interstate 20 where it doesn't really take advantage of any of the travelers using that interstate. So, honestly, I guess this mall was just a lost cause. But, on the upside, Belk has announced that it's going to remain open and put up with whatever redevelopment happens to this mall. Anyway, there's not much more to the video. Here we are headed back towards the entrance, and we're going to get a look at some of these food stalls, which they're all kind of bunched up in this area, so it kind of makes a sort of makeshift food court area. I mean, there were some nice looking eateries, but it's a shame that they're all gone, long gone. But anyway, we're nearing the end of the video. We're going to do a once around the mall and then close out. So if you enjoyed this video, why not hit like, subscribe. Also, as the result of YouTube's latest demonetization spectacular, I am now completely dependent on donations. I promise you, all the money is going to go back into my car to keep it running so I can get to more of these places to share with you. So until then, have a good night. This is Doomie Grunt with Aiken Mall for the last time. In your